Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be giving you a detailed information on how you can travel to Austria. I'll be sharing with you some links. I'll be talking about the financial obligations. I'll be giving you websites that even professional travel agency actually interact with to offer services to their clients. And believe me, you want to stick to the end of this video. You don't even need other consultation if you listen to everything I have to share with you in this video. And then diving into the video proper, if you want to travel to Austria through the student visa route, the first thing you need to do is actually to make a research of the universities that you want to go. There are different universities, and the universities in Austria are categorized into two. We have General University and University of Applied Sciences. The University of Applied Sciences, you pay about 370, a little bit about 373 euros per semester, but in General University you pay about 723 euros and above in General Universities. But the University of Applied Sciences, they did not even make a difference between EU students and non-EU students. Everybody pays 320 something euros for the University of Applied Sciences, and the other fee you just have to pay is 20 euros for student union fee, and so it's very cheap. But in General University like University of Salzburg, University of Vienna charges about 723 euros per semester. So with student fee as well, student union fee, you pay 20 euros so per semester. So schools are relatively cheap in Austria, and I'll be giving you everything you need to know in this video. So after making your research of the university that you want that actually can give you the program that you want, you will also want to know if the program is being taught in English or in German, because the formal language of Austria is the German language, but many master level courses are taught in the English language, but there are fewer English language taught courses for undergraduate degrees. So you want to make a research, you want to go for either University of Applied Sciences or General University. But of course, University of Applied Sciences actually has some other conditions that are a little bit more complex than the general universities. After getting a university, you want to look at the course requirement. Many of the schools in Austria we actually require you to apply yourself. There are some schools that you will have to take an entrance examination for some courses, for some programs, but there are some programs that will not require you to take an entrance examination. So you want to browse everything that we will need to satisfy the admission requirements of the school that you want to go to. And browsing, I have in the link in the description below 20 universities in Austria, and I put their link there as well. So that's a lot of work for me to do, and I think this should be able to appeal to you to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So after you do your research about the universities and get all the information you need, and then you get the admission, but there is one thing you need to do if you actually planning to go to Austria, and this is where many people get it wrong. If you want to go to Austria, you must have something in view, that if you've settled your mind to go to Austria, you need to legalize your document first. You need to pay for verification and legalization of your document first, because for example, if you get an admission in Austria and probably you get an admission for September and you want to resume, you want to apply for your visa and apply for everything that you need to apply for, but it actually takes a long time to apply to the embassy, to get an appointment with the embassy. For example, I went to the website yesterday to book an appointment with the Austrian embassy, and this is March, and the date that was given to me was a later date in July. So that was like 4 months. So 4 months for legalization of documents, then another like 2 months for you to get your permit and your D visa and everything. So that's like 6 months already. So that would have actually that's like 2 semester or 1.5 semester already. So you may lose your admission. So one thing you should do if you want to go to Austria is that you should set your mind, okay, you want to go to Austria, go to the embassy to verify and legalize your documents. Of course, you can get admission without verifying and legalizing your documents, but to finalize your admission, you will need to have your documents verified and you will need to have your documents legalized. And before you can even get a D visa, your documents have to be verified and legalized. So, and it takes time. Of course, there are some countries that do not require verification and legalization. Some EU countries and some other non-EU countries, and I think South Africa is actually on that list, but Nigeria is not in the list. And you pay around 200,000 to verify your 200,000 naira to verify your documents. And the verification is that they will actually employ a lawyer. They will give your document to a lawyer who is attached to the embassy, and then the lawyer will verify your birth certificate, your police certificate, that is, you don't have a criminal record. So all the seals and signature on your documents, the lawyer will go to that body to confirm it. So it's actually a long process. So I think like 2 months for the verification, 4 months to apply to get an appointment, 2 months for verification, and another maybe like 2 or 1 month to get your permit. So this is like almost 8 months or 7 months. So, and you may have lost your admission in the process if you don't make it good by resuming when you were supposed to resume. So if you've settled your mind for Austria, it's actually a very good place to study. If you settled your mind for Austria, you want to go ahead and do your verification and legalization of your documents at the embassy. So as a Nigerian, you pay 200,000 for the verification and legalization of your documents. And then, but one thing that I advise that you can do to salvage this is you can apply to schools, and then the contact of every school is always on their website. You can write them that, okay, this is the situation in your country, the verification and legalization actually requires for like 6 months and the likes. You can write them that, can you apply for admission, can you apply for an admission for like the next year after the upcoming year. For example, I had an admission sometimes ago in the UK, and then I was able to shift the admission forward by 1 year. So you can also write them that, okay, I want to get an admission. If I have an admission with your school, can I shift the admission forward so as to give me ample time to apply for my visa, for the legalization and the verification and everything? And I'm pretty sure many schools will actually give you this flexibility. So that is what you can do if you don't want to spend money first for the legalization and verification when you don't have an admission yet, because plans may change and things may change. So you may want to write to the school first and then get their say if they can give you the admission, and then push it forward for a year so that you can have enough time. You also need one thing when you are doing your verification, your birth certificate, which must be awarded by the National Population Census (NPC). You don't use, if it's not awarded during the year of your birth. Some people take this tiny paper that was given to them by the local government on NPC, and then they take it to the embassy. They will not accept it, they will reject you. So you need to actually have one that is actually given by the NPC. So, and if it's not awarded in the year of your birth, I think you may sometimes need a court affidavit to back it up, and you need a court affidavit to back it up. So that is for that. So this birth certificate must be signed by your parents or your guardian. And also in the description below, I will put a link in the description below that will talk to you about all the documents and everything that are required and the procedure for the verification and legalization. You can consult the link in the description below. And when you get admission, you have to prepare documents like your bank statement, travel insurance. Travel insurance, many countries when you're going to Europe, they will require for travel insurance, and there are a lot of companies online that provide this service, this travel insurance. If you want to get one, you can get one through Europe. I've forgotten the website. I'll put it in the description below, where you can actually get your travel insurance. And I think the last time I checked, you can get a travel insurance for 1 year for 429 euros. After getting your travel health insurance, you also need proof of fund. And also, let me just say it here, there are two different types of visa. There are C visa and there are D visa. The C visa is actually given to you if your study is just within the space of 6 months, you will get the C visa. But if your study is more than 6 months, you will get the D visa. And the D visa will give you the opportunity to apply for a residence permit of a student. So you will apply for that. So the D visa gives you the authorization to get a residence permit, and then the C visa, you will not actually get a residence permit. And I will also talk to you later in the video how you can also apply for other type of visa in Austria. So going ahead, and the proof of fund that is needed is a little bit around 1,100 euros per month as a student if you are above the age of 24. But if you are below the age of 24, it's a little bit lower per month, and you have to multiply it by 12, like 1,100 per month times 12. It has to be in your account, so that you can, an account that you can access from Austria. So you want to have that proof of fund ready. And for each, you can also bring your child, you can bring your wife. But if you are bringing your wife and you're bringing your child, they will also need to apply for a residence permit. But the residence permit that they will apply for is not as a student but as family community. They apply for residence permits as family community, and they will also pay to apply for it. And then you have to pay about 171 euros for each child you are bringing with you. And if it's for couple, the proof of fund for couple is 1,751 euros per month, and then you multiply it by 12. And as a student, you are not expected to pay more than 320 euro per month on your rent. And if the because part of what we give you the because part of the document that will be required to offer you the visa is that you've actually paid for a house over there in Austria, that you have a house, you are going there, online hotels that you can book for 1 month, for 2 months, or the likes. You can easily get all those online. And then if they expect that your house rent as a student will not be more than 320 euro per month, and if it's actually more than that, the one you get, if it's more than that, they will actually get the number that is higher. They will get the increase of 320, and then they multiply it by 12 and add it to your proof of fund. So you want to get a house that is within the limits of 320 euros if you don't want higher proof of fund to be expected from you. And also in Austria, you don't necessarily need to do IELTS for Austria, because they accept proof of English language proficiency. And currently now, the Ministry of Education is providing students who have graduated from Nigerian university with certificate of proficiency in English, because some schools actually charge you money to collect it. But if your school is charging you money, you can go to the Ministry of Education to get proof of English proficiency. And the other question that many people will be asking is that, can you work with a student visa? The D visa, when you get it, it gives you the opportunity to apply for a residence permit. And then when you get a residence permit allows you to work. But when you get a work, your employer will have to request for a work permit on your behalf. It's your employer that will request for it on your behalf. And for people who don't have, I said it earlier that I will tell you, if you don't, these two different type of visa, if you how you can also apply for more for another visa. If you are holding a C visa, it does not allow you to work, and after your study you may have to come back. But even though you are holding a C visa, you can apply for job seeker visa, which is actually for 6 months. And then when you apply for job seeker visa, which is for 6 months, after you get a job, you can then apply for the red, white, red card, which will actually give you the opportunity to work in Austria for up to 2 years. And so that is it. And then in this video, I'll be giving you a lot of links in the description below. We have studyinaustria.at, which actually talks about the education system in Austria, how the schools are organized and the likes. And also I'll give the link to the Nigerian embassy, to the Austrian embassy in Nigeria. And also I give a link on the immigration process, everything that are required, all the documents that you will need. Believe me, all the links that I put in this video are links that everyone should actually look at if you are intending to travel to Austria. Everything I've discussed, some of them are there in more details, so you want to check the links and everything. So that's all I have in this video. I hope you've been able to enjoy this video. Kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel for more. Hopefully see you in subsequent videos.